Hello, trumpet players. I am so excited to start up lessons very, very soon. But until then, I have this video lesson which I am super excited to send out to you guys. There are 3 parts of this video lesson. We're going to take the first part to review each of our trumpet notes. Then we're going to take the second part to do a game called Band Simon. And then we'll take the third part to review our new notes on page 8 of our music book. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and review our first 3 trumpet notes. Make sure we've got a nice clear sound, that we're using a big balloon breath, filling up every area of our lungs. I'm going to move this mic back. I don't want to blast you guys away with my trumpet sounds here. Our first note, E, uses 2 fingers, and that's the first 2 fingers, the ones closest to our nose. Here's what our E should sound like. Go ahead and test out your E and make sure it sounds like mine. Excellent job, you guys. Let's look at our second music note, D. D uses your first and third valves. Let's try D. And lastly, our third note, C, has no fingers. Let's give it a try. Nice job, you guys. If any of your sounds for either of those notes were unclear or a little bit, maybe it didn't sound quite right in your trumpet, double check that you are pressing the right number of fingers. Double check that you are buzzing your lips and giving a full balloon breath, breathing in before each note to push that air straight through the instrument. If it still sounded a little bit weird, then maybe you need to put a couple drops of oil in the bottom of your valves to make sure they're moving nice and smoothly. All right, part 2. We are going to play Band Simon. When I was growing up, there was a toy, and it was like a game that you could buy at the toy store, and it was called Simon. It was a black circle, and it had these big colored buttons. It had 4 big colored buttons, red, blue, green, and yellow, I think. And the way you played is that the toy, Simon, would light up one of those colors, and then you pressed that button to kind of copy it, kind of like Simon Says. But the tricky part was the second round, it would light up that same color, and then it would light up a second one. So then you had to press those 2 buttons, like red, then blue. Then the third round, it would light up red and blue, but it would add a third one, so it would light up red, blue, green, and you'd have to press red, blue, green on the device. And it would keep going and going and going, adding a new color every time, forcing you to remember the entire pattern of colors. I'm pretty sure the game just went on forever until you missed part of the pattern. All right? So we're going to do a band version of Simon. Now, we're not going to go on forever, but I'm going to start with just 1 note. And I'm going to play that note, and then you guys play it back. Then for the second round, I'm going to play that exact same note, but I'm going to add a second one. And then you guys echo those 2 notes back. Then for the third round, I'll add a third note, then a 4th note, then a 5th note. We're going to do 7 rounds today, you guys. So get your brains ready to memorize, ready to think. We have 3 options for our notes. We have 3 options. The first one is E, then D, and then C. We're only using E, D, and C for this game. Okay? I know we've moved on to those other 2 new notes, but we're only using E, D, and C for this game. So here's round 1. My first note is E. My turn first. Your turn. Great job. This time I'm going to play E, but I'm going to add a second mystery note. I'm going to turn my body like this so you can better see which valves I'm pressing with my fingers, because that might give you a clue. Using your eyes to watch the valves and your ears to listen to the sound could give you a clue which note I'm playing next. So here's round 2. I'm going to play 2 notes, starting with that same E note. Your turn. Great job. Did you get it? That was E, D. This time, I'm going to play E, D, and a third note. My turn first. Your turn. Excellent job. Did you get it? I played E, D, C. This time, I'm going to add a fourth note. Your turn. Nice job. That was E, D, C, C. We're up to round 5 already, you guys. How are you hanging in there? You're able to get these notes? These ones get harder. Once we start adding more, it gets harder. Here's 5 notes. My turn first. That was it. Your turn. How'd you do? Those notes were E, D, C, C, D. This time, I'm adding a 6th music note. I had to count there. Here we go. My turn first. Your turn. Excellent job, you guys. How'd you do on this round 6? Did you get them all? If round 6 and 7 are challenging for you, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not expecting you to memorize every single note in these patterns, but let's go ahead and do the final round. Let's challenge ourselves. 7 notes. I'm going to add a 7th note this round. My turn first. Go ahead, round 7. Congratulations, you guys. You've just finished your first game of Band Simon. We could obviously go on forever, but we don't need to do that. We were just going to do 7 rounds. So I hope you're able to get at least up to round, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4, maybe even 5. If you got all the way up to 7, congratulations. You've got a better memory than Mr. Bennett. All right, let's look at the third part of our lesson today, and that is page 8. At our last lesson, we learned 2 new music notes, F and G. We're going to go ahead and we're going to try playing those music notes now. So let's look at number 19. Turn in your music book to page 8, song number 19. Song number 19 uses the new music note F. In order to play F, you only press your first finger. Now F is a higher note than the rest of them. Do you remember how we reach higher notes on the trumpet? You have to tighten your lips together and push a lot of air straight through the instrument. Now, if I need to blow a lot of air into my instrument, that means I have to take a bigger breath. So if you thought the balloon breaths were big, try to take an even bigger breath so that you can push that air, tighten up your lips, tighten it up almost like a tight smile, and then push that air just straight through your instrument. Don't puff out your cheeks. Don't let your air go like this. That's not going to make a good F sound. Keep those lips and cheeks tight, like a tight smile. Here we go. Let's try our F sound before we play 19. Let's try it out. So press your first finger down. Tighten up those lips. Big, 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 big breath. Let's try it. There it is. Let's go ahead and try song number 19. There's only 2 notes in song number 19. We play F, 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 then we jump down to C, and then we jump back up to F again. Don't forget to tap your foot so you know exactly how many beats to hold each note. 1, 2, ready, go. Excellent job, you guys. Remember, I'm just playing each of these songs once. We worked on them at our last lesson, and we're going to work on them again at this next lesson. So if these are challenging for you, I know I'm not spending tons of time on them today. That is okay. Take it slow. Take it one note at a time. If you need to, take a pencil and write the letter name underneath each note. While you've got that pencil in your hand, go ahead and put a big old X on song number 20, Scaling the Wall. We are not doing number 20. We are, however, going to do number 21, and that's our 5th note, G. G is even higher than F. How do we make high notes on our trumpet? Lots of air and tight lips. Lots of air, big balloon breath, that's why I'm going like this, and tight, tight lips. So here's what our G should sound like. Let's play it on our trumpets once before playing song number 21. Now you'll notice that G has 0 fingers pressed down. It's the same as C. So you can think of G is like C, only with tight lips. G is like C with tight lips. So I need to make loose lips for C. But if I tighten my lips and blow even harder, I get up to G. That's one of the cool things about the trumpet is we can play multiple notes with the same fingering. All we got to do is change how tight our lips are. Let's go ahead and try number 21. 1, 2, ready, go. Nice job, you guys. We only have one thing left to do for our video lesson today, and that's number 22, Scaling New Heights. The first half of this song starts at C, and we just walk up one note at a time till we reach G. The second half of the song does a little skipping around. The second half of the song is definitely more challenging than the first half. So if I were you, I would take my pencil and put a big circle around the second half of this song. You'll need to practice that one quite a bit to get each of those notes. You might need to write some finger numbers below or some note names, letter names above each note, above or below, whatever it takes to help you really nail each note. Here's number 22, Scaling New Heights. 1, 2, ready, go. That second half of the song is challenging. Take your time, slow it down. You do not have to play as fast as I did just then. Don't forget to keep working on your belt songs for instrument karate this week, you guys. If you have not sent me your white belt song, then that's your job, for your first job for this week. Send me a recording of 3Z Does It. That's number 11. If you've already sent me 3Z Does It and you've got your white belt, then you can go ahead and send me a recording of number 14, Duet Do It. You only have to play line A. If you've already earned your yellow belt, then you can go ahead and start working towards your orange belt, which is number 18, Hot Cross Buns. If you have already earned your orange belt and you've already sent me a recording of number 18, then keep practicing those songs at the bottom of the page and go on to page 9. Keep going on to page 9. Start with number 23 and then 24. These songs are going to start practicing songs using that high G and that high F music note. So keep working at it. You guys are rock stars, and I can't not wait to see you with our new lesson schedule. I will be sending out later this week a brand new lesson schedule. That means you will be in a new group with a new time on a new day of the week. You might be week A, you might be week B, who knows? But I'll be sending out a new lesson schedule. So I'll be sending that to your parents and families. Everyone in band and orchestra will get a new group. The groups are based on gold and gold and blue. So if you're in the building, that's gold team or blue team. And then it's based off of if you're UPOLA. So if one of you guys is gold, then you'll have your lesson during the gold days. If one of you guys is blue, then you'll have your lesson during the blue days. If you're UPOLA, then you'll continue doing an online lesson with me. I cannot wait for our new lesson schedule, and I hope you have a great rest of your week.